I wouldn't dare make a forecast. Liz Ann Sonders knows tons more about this than I ever will. All I'll say is we are in a hot economic boom. There's no end in sight, in my judgment. The U.S. economy and the entrepreneurs and the blue-collar workers are killing it. And therefore, I think the stock market will get back on track. It's not my way to forecast, but yeah, corrections come and go.
Yeah, there are some, though, who worry, speaking of killing it, that the Fed is going to kill the economy that you just said was red hot. Are you worried about that? No,
I'm not really worried about it at all. I think this economy has legs. It has staying power. I think President Trump's policies have completely rejiggered the incentive system in the economy to promote growth and work effort and investment. The deregulation is kicking in. It's interesting. These are not public companies, but the real face of the Trump economy nowadays, in my view at least, others may disagree, the real face are people, men and women, who own small businesses, because now they are being rewarded for their effort and the success, not punished, and remove the red tape. People who own and operate their own small businesses, and let me just add to that in terms of staying power, this is the biggest blue-collar employment boom we've had since the mid-1980s. I think that's the new face of the Trump economy, and as I said, it has strong legs.
Why the disconnect, though, Larry? I hear what you're saying. The data has been what it is, very good. Charles Evans on our air this morning talks about his projection, 3.2 this year. I'm sure you would take that. 2.5% next year, maybe 2%. After that, the Fed's own projection, 2019 is 2.5%. In 2020, it goes to 2%, and it keeps falling in the subsequent years after that. Where is this disconnect coming from?
Which disconnect, Scott?
The fact that you say this has a lot of staying power, that it's just getting started, yet the Fed and others are taking down their own projections as early as next year.
Well, look, if you look at the Fed numbers, they've actually raised their projections, and I'd like to see them raise it some more. Our own estimates, when our budget comes out, will likely stay with a 3% growth path, and we're going to do better than that in 2018, and my guess is 2019. What do we get? 3.2 in the first half, 4.2 in the second quarter. The Atlanta Fed has it, I think, 4.1 in Q3. We'd be pleased with 3.5, so I don't see a disconnect. Look, Chairman Jay Powell has himself gone out there and said how strong the economy is. And also, Mr. Powell has said, and I really like this, that strong economic growth does not cause inflation. And I think that's absolutely critical that the Fed knows that and that they're pushing away a lot of these old models. I mean, low unemployment is a good thing. Rising wages is a good thing. More people working and prospering is a good thing. So I think the chairman's got the story exactly right.
Right, but the disconnect, Larry, seems to be that there are a growing number of people who don't think that it is as sustainable for as long as you guys do.
Well, one of the great parts of the story in 2018 is that we have entered an economic boom. Again, in my view, we've entered an economic boom that virtually everyone said would be impossible. So, Scott, this is not new information, all right? People have bad-mouthed it, said it can't work. Lower tax rates won't work. Deregulation won't work. Unleashing energy won't work. Telling the business community to take a good rip at the ball, bringing people back into the labor force. I like the skepticism, okay? I'm taking the over, but I love skepticism. And we'll see. So far, I think we've proved the skeptics to be quite wrong. I don't think that's going to change.